Welcome back, Expanse fans, to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, and I'm here for another Expanse update. And this one's pretty much no news is good news, and let's keep this fight going. Excuse me. I was shown on our Nerdrotic Facebook group a post from a Reddit user who had talked about kind of what I had noticed over the last 24 hours is the movement kind of losing a little bit of steam. Now, everybody's busy. They have things to do, and I totally understand that. It was Saturday. It's the weekend. We want to spend time with our kids, family, doing nothing, napping. I understand that. Or binging The Expanse, which is what I would like to believe most people are doing. And hello, everybody in the chat. I'll get to you momentarily. This will be a short video, just kind of what we can do to do our part, what I'm doing to do my part. And so I'll keep this to I statements. And I thought this Reddit post was great because it's talking about let's consolidate everything. Let's stay tight on this. Let's do a tight beam broadcast, all of us together. There's a lot of other hashtags out there, but we really want to stick with Save the Expanse and keep it going. Twitter. I looked on my phone recently, and it looks like in the last hour there were only 175 or 170 Save the Expanse tweets. I was looking all night last night just for any kind of news so I can give you some kind of an update, but there really wasn't anything. But this is newsworthy, so to me, and this, I will share it here, and then I'll get to you guys in the chat real quick. And here's the latest news. I will present it to everybody. And again, this is a Reddit post, and I hope this person does not mind me blasting it. I hope not, because, again, I'm trying to help. So hello, everyone. The past week has been hectic, but we've achieved absolutely incredible things to save the Expanse. The petition is up over 115,000 signatures, which is great. And we have a Save the Expanse plane flying over Santa Monica 5 days after cancellation. That's awesome. Our efforts have been highlighted in Newsweek, which I'll show you that article in a minute, and many other publications, including the Toronto Star. We've also organized a campaign in preparation for Wednesday's spectacular episode, which contributed to the 10% ratings bump, which was amazing. And I'm gonna interject here real quick and I saw somebody in the chat bring this up, and it is true. It's great that we did it for one night. There's nothing wrong with that, but we have to keep this going. And the no news is good news is I got a comment in on my one of my videos, basically saying that this person was set to break down some of the sets for The Expanse, and they were told not to do it. So there has to be something going on. Again, this is just, speculation at this point for me. I have no insiders or know nothing about this, just what I read on the Everything Expanse Facebook group and what's on Twitter. So I'll continue. And according to the Inquisitor, overnight ratings numbers showed that the May 16th episode drew an audience of 609,000, which I talked about in the last video. One of the highest rated episodes in more than 2 years. Now, the season premiere was a higher rated episode, which I had the title wrong on my last video. I did fix that. The April 11th season premiere was the only one of the 2 episodes in the past 2 years to top that total, drawing 654,000 viewers. The March 1st, 2017 episode attracted 625,000 viewers. Beyond that, it had been nearly 2 years since the show consistently topped 600,000 viewers. Now, interjecting here real quick, I believe we're going to top that on the rest of the way out and maybe go higher, especially with next episode. A lot of us kind of know what's happening next episode. Next episode is going to be awesome. We're just going to say that. I'll leave it at that. Ratings have a tendency to dip during the mid-season. So having the best ratings since the season premiere is a massive boost, and we're the ones doing it. Yes, we are. And it's also the way the show is structured. They do, and I've mentioned this, and most of you who read the books know this, that they do a book over a season and a half. So, excuse me. So what you do is you get the ending of a book at mid-season, which is genius, because that'll give you that bump. And last season's, with Home, that, it did the same thing with our beloved Miller going out like a man. Um, this is just the beginning of the Save the Expanse movement. I agree. If we keep this up, watching live, sending letters, and making ourselves heard, we will have a shot to save the Expanse yet. Alcon Entertainment co-CEOs Andrew Kosov, sorry, and Broderick Johnson have responded to the Save the Expanse campaign. Sorry, getting a phone call. Telling IndieWire the outpouring of support and enthusiasm from the fans of The Expanse has been remarkably encouraging. The show's impassioned fan base includes hundreds of thousands of viewers, and the likes of George R. R. Martin, Patton Oswalt, appear to have, and an astronaut, appear to be hopeful as we are. The stunning space drama can find a new home and another platform. Now, again, I'm going to interject real quick that I think this might have been the plan all along. I've gotten a couple of emails. We get a lot of emails here now, which is great, from people who give a crap, and it's awesome. I just can't verify some of this stuff, but one of the emails kind of went on the whole poison pill thing that I had talked about in my Expanse canceled video about maybe this was just maybe they had that much confidence in their show that this was part of it, knowing that maybe they didn't have much of a future on Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi's had a poor past with shows, we'll just say. And I don't want to crap on Sci-Fi too much. I think crapping on Alcon and Sci-Fi is just not going to help right now, honestly. So there is time to do that later. And also, we got to watch out for infighting with these save movements, because I just witnessed it with Ash versus Evil Dead. There was tons of infighting, and it just didn't help. It broke everybody apart, and they initially had gotten Star's attention, and then it just kind of fell apart, and it was due to the infighting. So let's not do that. And I've seen no sign of that yet with the Expanse fans, because they are awesome. And like I said, let's make this a tight beam broadcast. As long as Alcon is committed, we intend to fight through to the last PDC round, to CQB, if it comes to it, and find a new home for the Rosie. Most of this done so far has been organized through a Discord server, but it can get a bit crowded in there. And the interest of a planned proper Save the Expanse in the interest of a planned proper and Save the Expanse campaign, we've created a second Discord server with a full-time marketing and production team. Wow. We also need input from everyone, so we'll be able to establish communication channels between the two Discord servers. So if you have an idea you want to bring to our attention, DM or add us or message us here on Reddit. And I'm going to link, I have a bunch of links from this Reddit in the description already, and I am going to link this Reddit post as well, because it's very helpful. And yeah, that really does things need to get tight, and we need to all be sending the same message, and so it doesn't just turn into white noise. Gary, are the next books more expensive to film? Maybe that's why they canceled the show. Yes, the answer is yes. They get bigger and broader, Mako, and I'm going to go through the chat here, because we are a fully interactive channel, and the family we have here, the community is very much the co-host for this channel. If you're new to us, and welcome to all the new subscribers, we recap TV here. So what we do is live. We're like post-game show. So we recap live TVs as a visceral review. Yes, the reviews are long, and we dive into it. Tonight we're going to be doing Westworld at 7:15, and we do The Expanse at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time every Wednesday. I also want to shout out another channel. Okay, AfterBuzz TV tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. They will be talking to Cass Anvar, Wes Chapman. I will actually show you this. It's on a Facebook group here. Okay. I'll just read it off. Sorry. Yeah. And Naren Shankar, the executive producer, will be on the AfterBuzz TV which is a YouTube channel, and I will put their link in the description once this turns into a video, and that's going to be on 6 p.m. Pacific time. I will be watching myself. So please check that out. And to all other YouTubers out there, if you're watching, Doomcock is already on this, but oh man, I forgot his channel name. Geeking Out with James something or other. He does some TV. Shout out if you want to join us on the channel, please do. Let's get the word out. This isn't about our clicks. Actually, if you have a YouTube channel out there and if you want a few clicks, try to come with some a little bit of new information. But also, just shout out Save the Expanse. Do a quick 2-minute video. Just Save the Expanse. Show your support. And I'm sure you'll get some clicks, but you're also doing your part. We want to do our part here on YouTube. Okay. Some of us, you guys are really great on Twitter. I'm terrible at it. Okay. I'm super, Twitter is a beast that I used to do quite a bit and I don't do anymore. So my co-host Susan's been pretty much all over it. She's been retweeting everything. She's been amazing. She was part of the Ash versus Evil Dead Save the Ash versus Evil Dead movement, bring back Boomstick. She started that hashtag, and it just didn't work out, but she got Star's attention. And if everybody would have listened to her, things might have turned out differently. I'm just going to say that. The thing is, like I said, it turned into kind of a poop show. We'll try to keep this one clean. So, and I also want to shout out the Everything Expanse Facebook group. They've been really nice to me and they've shouted us out, and they have been my go-to. We've got the wonderful Belinda over there, and she's just on top of it every day. And like I said, there's been no news. So I think that's really good news. I have a feeling we will find out something very soon, though. I don't think this is going to be something that's going to go a long time. If it does, if it goes into 2 or 3 weeks and we haven't heard anything, I'm going to say that's a really good sign. Now, as it stands right now, the show is canceled. I mean, that's that. They didn't say, well, it's kind of canceled, or they said they're trying to find it a new home, but it's done at Sci-Fi. Cass Anvar came out with a video a couple days ago saying, hey, if we boost the ratings, Sci-Fi says they're willing to listen. That is great. I would rather it be a new platform, but if Sci-Fi picks it up to buy it another year, maybe, and we do another season of bringing up the ratings, that might help too. Let's get into the chat real quick here. You see what the people have to say. And there's lots of hellos. Hello, everyone. Viking Bitch, Nuke MTV, Belinda, how are you? Battle Marcus, Peter Hamilton. We are still going. Just hard to maintain the pace, but still going. Yeah, Peter. And that's not a judgment or anything. Everybody's got their lives. And just keep it going. Let's just a little reminder. Sometimes we need it's called it's a bump. We need a bump once in a while. I need one too. So yeah, that's not a judgment. I mean, like, you guys are doing great work. It's really amazing, and the banner. That was, like I said, that was really, really impressive. No matter what happens, whoever who did that was amazing. You're amazing. Excuse me. Cast and crew will be live tweeting again this week. Yeah, let's just keep it up, says SD3 Movie Finobi. And like I said before, I mean, I don't want to crap on Sci-Fi. Just the fact that the cast wasn't aware really of what, and they're not privy to the Alcon doesn't need to tell anybody what their contract is. They don't. That's their business, and I understand that. And we don't know what's going on at Alcon. Maybe the rumor. There's a rumor out there that they might have money trouble from Blade Runner, but that could be complete BS. I don't know. All I know is I am a former small business owner. My wife is a small business owner, and you don't want your company not to succeed. So I doubt they're out there trying to shoot themselves in the foot. They're doing the best they can. I have nothing but empathy for them. I want them to be really, really successful, and I want this show to run for 10 years and make them a crap load of money. There is an image out there with all the sponsors from the Expanse. If you want to go a little extra effort, at some of the sponsors, give them a shout out. I'm willing to do anything. So Mako, yes, Firefly was on Fox. Actually, the one of the people responsible for canceling the show, her son worked for me at the comic store. Small world. Uh, she had a good reason for it, to be honest with you. She did. Let's get Telegraph newspaper here in the UK. We have done an article about the Save the Expanse movement. Says Ryan McKee. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm just gonna say I think the show's gonna get picked up. I think this movement has really, really picked up some steam. And even though I feel like it might have lost a little bit, that's how these things go. It might just just ramp up again, when it gets closer to Wednesday. I'll just say I'm going to do my part every day that I can to kind of keep it going. As long as there is still people tweeting about it, that's a good thing. Even if it's 170 people, thank you to those 170 people. And that was just in the last hour. So it could bump up tonight when everybody gets home. I still wonder if the views aren't higher with DVR, time shift, and streamers, says SD3 Movie Fanobi. Haven't heard that. It might say that in a Reddit article. I'll read that through. I don't want to read the whole damn thing, but well, I'll skim it a little bit and read you some of the highlights. Are they count? Penn Farm Girl asked Battle Markers, are they counted? They do count those. I just don't know when the numbers come out. They count DVR 3 days out, I believe. Susan is the expert on this. There is a website that does some pretty good. Yeah, I'm blanking on it now. Susan, I'm sure if she's watching or listening, we'll tweet it out. There's a website that gives you really current ratings. As it stands right now, it just said the 609,000, which was impressive enough because we haven't, that was just 4 days into the movement. So we've now had a week and a half to get things done. Watch the Expanse live needs to be a tag. That's a good one. I did also see binge the Expanse, which is helpful for Amazon. We do want to be, I don't want to tell you what you do. Put hashtag whatever you want, but just try to make sure you put save the Expanse in there and the Expanse. Yeah, Rob Stufflebeam says BSG, Stargate Universe, Farscape, no more. It ends here. You're right. Adam Savage is a fan too. He's been on the show. He is amazing. And I love his old show, and I'm glad he's a fan. Yeah. So is Will Wheaton, George R. R. Martin, Patton Oswalt, the astronaut whose name I'm escaping. There is actually a bunch of celebrities who have been lending their voice to the movement. I think there is news, but we won't hear anything till towards the end of the season finale, says Belinda. I agree with you, Belinda. Okay, I'm going to refer to that mysterious email I got, which I'm going to keep the person anonymous at this point. But they made a very good point about this. Like this, there might have, I could be wrong on this. Again, this is just speculation. I'll just say that Amazon seems to be a very good choice. And they haven't come out and said no, which Netflix did. Netflix came out and said no. Yeah, Greg Broyle says, don't crap on Alcon, crap on sci-fi. The email I received kind of said the opposite. I'm going to say, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Do what you want to do. And no judgment here. I'm mad too. I'm just saying there's plenty of time to crap on them later. Viking bitch had come back with, Doomcock was very emotional. Okay. And Doomcock gets emotional. And we love Doomcock for being an emotional person. But Viking bitch asked if like some of the rantings were helpful. It's always helpful to get your emotions out, but right now let's maybe kind of focus in on being positive and helpful, and doing what I can do. So my boss mentioned rumors, but I don't want to speculate. Yeah, I don't either. That's why I changed the title of a video, because it said highest rating, and my last video said highest ratings in years, which was technically true, but not true, because they had done 635,000 in the season premiere. So I had to change the title. I apologize for that. I do not want to be clickbait shite. Okay. I just want to be helpful. I want to help this show. Peter, I heard fans turning on Bruce, not helpful, Viking bitch. That is true. That is what Susan said. Fans started turning on Bruce, and that was crazy. Uh, and catching up with the Twitter, bought the season 1-2 DVDs on Amazon UK, and continue to watch the episodes on Netflix. Shame we won't get season 3 until the end of the year here in the UK. That is a shame. Yeah, and that's just maybe that's how they had to work the contract. I don't know honestly how these things work, so I don't want to judge them on that, but it just seems weird. Now, what I can say is the networks, and I will repeat this every damn video, the networks really need to change their rating systems, and they need to do it yesterday, because it's based on a 10-year-old model that just doesn't work. I was just talking to my friend Tim, who wants to get into the show, but he only has he doesn't have cable TV. Again, he unplugs, and there is no other option to watch it live. So the options he has to watch it are to maybe purchase it the next day. And I don't know if that honestly helps. So, and it has to do with exclusive streaming rights and what they're doing. Cause outside of the US, it's Netflix. Anthony Bourdain is a guy who travels, eats different foods. The astronaut is, did he shout out the Expanse? That's cool. The astronaut is Andre something. Yeah. Was he currently in space when he tweeted that, or was he just an astronaut? Because that would make it really cool. Watch the Expanse live. Cass wanted everyone really to get that. Okay. Thank you, Grady Broyles. Then I will do it. Exactly. This is probably a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't know about, says Viking bitch. Oh, yes. The one good thing we have is I see a lot of behind the scenes videos from the crew and the cast and stuff, and they look like they're just having fun, and it shows. That stuff really comes through. And now I don't want to crap on Ash vs. Evil Dead, but season 3, you can tell they weren't having fun. In the first 2 seasons they were, and it came through. I only have Netflix. I have to watch via alternative methods, says Dante S. As long as you're watching, I'm saying it's cool. I'm saying it's okay, Dante, not that you need my permission. Belinda, Jet City Girl 1, attitudes with writers and casts have changed drastically in the last few days. They've become more cryptically optimistic. That is awesome, Belinda. That is brilliant. Belinda's really been on spot on this one, guys. Follow her. She's knows what she's talking about on this stuff. She's come in. She's been great in the comments on our videos. And I read this year that the reason Farscape was canceled was because a German company that bought the Henson production canceled the show, not Sci-Fi. Wow. That's news. That's different. And Brian Henson is doing a very racy puppet movie that's coming out called The Happy Time Murders. I kind of want to see it. Belinda said she heard that too. That is interesting. I pre-bought season before season 3 started. I don't have cable. I stream everything, but I do get up early on Thursdays to watch Wednesday's episode. I hope that helps. This show is amazing, says Amber R. It is, Amber. It has to help anybody watching, and then you just simply spreading the word. I think I've gotten maybe 5 or 6 people into the show. I mean, if each one of us gets a person into the show, and I try, you try to recommend certain shows to certain people have different tastes, right? I think this one, like, really anybody would like, even if you don't like sci-fi. This is such a well done one, kind of like Game of Thrones is well done fantasy, to where you can pitch it to, obviously a lot of non-fantasy fans like it. Repesting Neurotic. Gary, did you notice that John Hampshire works on the sets? That's the name. Yes, that was the name. Thank you. I kept on blanking. It was John Hampshire who has posted a couple of comments on our videos, and he was also in the Facebook group, right? He's the one who said that they weren't breaking them down. Like and I think that was a little unusual, and I think it's great. I think it's really great. Brian Smart. What ticks me off is they cancel a great shows and look to reboot old shows like Charmed. Yes. Is John? Hi, John. You're in the chat now. How's it going, John? Yeah, I'm a little slow. Thanks, Pen Farm Girl. Slow in the okay. You're right. All the bosses in production are the greatest, says John. See, that's awesome to hear. And it shows, John. Like I said, it shows. It comes through when people like really enjoy being on something. So, hey, thanks for being here, John. I really appreciate it. And did you post something earlier that I missed? I'm gonna roll up here. Please forgive me, folks, while I scroll up a little bit. They only let me scroll up so far on this one. I wish I could Control F and search it, but I don't know if that'll work. That's right. I'm on my Mac. I'm not on a PC. John Schatzer. Okay, the Rocinante is still up. Cargo Bay still up. Ah, that's good news, man. That is good news. Yeah, hey, don't want to get you in trouble. Please keep us posted. Do whatever you can, but yeah, don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. You're definitely doing your part, and you're helping. Keeping people happy and hope is a good thing, man. I got two co-workers to promise to check it out this weekend. I'll check with them tomorrow. Stay on them, Pen Farm Girl. Am I the only one who's going to get highs if I see set pieces end up on Star Trek? No. Doomcock might die, and I will definitely have a minor stroke. I saw a video today where someone referred to The Expanse as the new Star Wars of our time. It's a space opera. I would say it's the Star Trek of our time, and definitely the Battlestar Galactica of this decade. And honestly, Jim Murray is the prop master. Sorry, Belinda said. My bad. And even Buffy was better than Charmed. Yes, Lalo, you are right. Although I didn't watch much of Charmed, my wife liked it. I find The Expanse to be much better and deeper than Star Wars. I'm old and I grew up with Star Wars. Agreed, Mark. I think it's way more Star Trek, but a little sexier, maybe. I don't know. And I think if it's given a proper life, will be remembered as the best sci-fi show on TV. I think so. And Babylon 5, hey, no disrespect to Babylon 5. It's a lot Babylon 5, says Azuri X. And that is something we're going to be covering here, Babylon 5. And what did Viking bitch say? Again, forgive me if I'm scrolling up. Someone pointed out to me on Twitter that we should be talking about the diversity of the show. I say the reason the show is great is because they don't talk about it. It just is. I could not agree with you more on that, Viking bitch. The show doesn't run around patting itself on the back. Yeah, it has brought it up, I think, once or twice, which is totally fine. I don't have a problem with it, but it doesn't need to. The show just is. It simply is a perfect representation of everything a show should be. All right. Good writing, good characters, good storytelling, and great actors, and great crew, and prop masters. Everything. The ship designs are badass. I want a Rossi model so bad. I want it to hang right here so you can see it. I have an Enterprise up there, but yeah. And I understand why there isn't a lot of product, and but I want like freaking action figures. I want models. I want toys. Props. I want it all. And I think this show was just like this close to really blowing up. It's weird, because sometimes it takes shows like Game of Thrones was big from the beginning, but it didn't it didn't get stratosphere big until about the third season. I remember trying to do the same thing with I did with The Expanse. I was telling everybody, man, Game of Thrones is amazing. It's like, oh, I don't like fantasy. I was like, no, you're going to be watching the show in 2 years, and almost to a man and woman, they're like, yeah, it's a good show. So Westworld's the same way. It's like, get into it now. but save the Expanse. Save the Expanse. Yes, action figures, says Belinda. I would buy them all, and I would do the one in the package, one loose. And there's a lot of people out there. They had BSG action figures. As a matter of fact, I was going to buy some BSG action figures on eBay, and those things have went crazy up in value. I could not believe it. Like $70 an action figure, and they're made by Diamond Toys, which are kind of meh. Gaming Slow just exploded with the Red Wedding. Hope this Red Wedding moment. Hope there is a Red Wedding moment in the Expanse. Hmm. There's a moment there. Okay, it's not a Red Wedding moment, but there's a moment, and that moment could be coming up soon. Yes, Legion is another great show. We cover. We're covering 4 shows right now. 3 of them are great. So we're covering Krypton, Legion, Westworld, and The Expanse. And I'll let you figure out which one's not great. All the other 3 though are all like equally great, well done, well written shows by amazing people. Um, uh, yes, yeah, there is a moment. LOL, says Belinda. Yeah, did you see it? They kind of threw it in the trailer a little bit, or like a part of that moment. So it's all right. So it's proto molecule. Hallways, says Luke Lucas. Yeah, I think I bitched quite a bit about Krypton walking down the same hallways, which, I know the Expanse has probably the same size sets. You can correct me if I'm wrong, uh, as Krypton, but I never feel like I'm running down the same hallway in the Expanse. Everything feels new and different. It's got this gigantic world that feels full. The politics in it are just believable and amazing, and that's the best part about it. It's structured a little bit like Game of Thrones. Okay, you've got kingdoms squabbling, and there's this big outside force that might be coming to kill them all. Okay, on a very basic level, that's what the Expanse is. Now there is difference. The only similarities between the White Walkers and the proto molecule is like glowy blue stuff. Um, but they're similar. They're very similar. And that's why I recommend it to Game of Thrones fans all the time. I'm like, here's your Game of Thrones. And like I said in a couple videos ago, so many networks are looking for their Game of Thrones. Well, this is it. This is it. They look a lot like Battlestar sets in space, a little bit, but I think it's a little cleaner in some. Like I love how some ships, like the Racing Penis, looks super clean inside, and some ships look, like the Agatha King. I keep wanting to say the Agatha Christie. I'm sorry. Looks old. It looks like it's 80 years old. It looks like an old battleship. They do such a freaking yeah. Uh, sorry. I, John Hampshire said, "Keep that quiet." What? I will keep it quiet. Shh. Netflix doesn't have the rights for season 3 yet in our country, says Laylo. Really interesting, huh? Interesting. What was the good point Mako made up there? I spoiled Gary about something, forming an uh, forming an alliance. Luckily, I stopped reading quickly. I need to binge the books to avoid being spoiled. Yeah, Mako, you're the one. Okay, so in our first recap, I book spoiled like a mofo, so I really apologize for that. And it was Mako told me to stop, and I listened, so I stopped. Sometimes I catch myself. Humans will never change. Even Dune, you have great houses ruling over planets. The only things that change is technology. Absolutely right, Mako. That is true. Oh my God, there's so much good stuff this show's going to get to, though. So much good stuff. I'm gonna let's. I'm gonna go over the. I don't want to run too long here. I got stuff to do. Got to prep for Westworld. Um, I like to keep these videos around 20 minutes. This one might have gone a little longer. I'm gonna scan over this real quick. Okay, let's share it. Present it to everybody. Real quick, click it there. Sorry for the silence there. For those of you who just listen, uh, most of what we've done so far has been organized through the. Okay, I've already said that. Okay, so here's what you can do right now to help. First, if you haven't already, please sign the petition for Amazon to pick up the show and like us on social media so we can get you updates quickly. Next, we need to boost the audience for The Expanse by bringing in new fans. If everyone watching is able to bring in one friend to watch, we'd be up over 1 million potential viewers. The way we are suggesting to do it is to get as many new people, invite all your friends as possible to binge watch season 1 and 2 on Amazon for US residents, or Netflix or international fans to catch up over the coming days. Season 3 is also for sale on Amazon. The way by time to get it to Wednesday to next, that way you can get it by next Wednesday's episode. They're all caught up. So get to Twitter now and start tweeting binge The Expanse to get this trending. Okay, so I'm going to do that right after this. We also have another fantastic video from Ed, aka Alaskan Thunder F, the guy responsible for the fan trailer that went viral this week and everything you've achieved so far. Belinda, what was that other video that you showed? So the guy did a graphic of you're just walking down the street and you see Save the Expanse everywhere. I'll find that video and link it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful video. It was so well done. Some great music, and you're just like getting a bunch of street shots of a really clean looking city. I don't know, Toronto or something. And just on the side of trucks, it says Save the Expanse, and on every banner and graffiti art and the graphics, it was all probably After Effects. It looked freaking badass. So binge The Expanse. What I'm doing, okay, is I've already given a couple people my I'm sorry I can't do it here, folks, but given some friends my password to The Expanse, but I'm trying to get them to get, just get a Prime account or go somewhere and run a free trial. So it does, I mean, because if they're just using my password, then it's just me watching it again. So I don't know how much that helps other than getting them into it. Okay. So, and also real quick here, it is getting some notice, folks. And I got to turn off this video. Don't want to strike. The Expanse is so good. Fans flew over. Wait, I got to stop it. There we go. Okay. The Expanse is so good. Fans flew a Save the Expanse plane over Amazon Studios after Sci-Fi's cancellation. And then this great graphic, which is going to be the thumbnail for this video, right? Hopefully Amazon people have lunch was one of the many anxious comments the group chat filled with the fans of The Expanse Tuesday afternoon. A devoted bunch of canceled sci-fi shows thriving fan base watched in awe as a GoFundMe sponsored plane trailing a Save the Expanse banner circled Amazon Studios in Santa Monica. That target, Jeff Bezos. That was amazing, and it got Newsweek and in a bunch of other places. So this thing is working, folks. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. All right, and we'll stop that there. And I'm going to end this here. I'm going to say hello to the chat real quick. Sorry, my computer was freezing up there real quick. So everybody in there, Dante, S. Penn, Farm Girl, Viking Bitch, Belinda, Battle Marcus, oh gosh, I got a John Hampshire, Grady, Nico Mack. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. Glenn, I want to cut out here. Lalo, Nuke, MTV, SD3 Movie, Finobi, all our wonderful patrons, all of our subscribers, all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much. Okay, so we do a recap every Wednesday, 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. Feel free to come on in. If you guys hear anything, feel free to email me at nerdrotics@gmail.com, or you could direct message me on Twitter. Do whatever, or if you go to the About section of our YouTube channel, there's an alternative address for the YouTube channel, but just email me at nerdrotics, plural, @gmail.com. And if you think it's big news and it needs to be shouted out on YouTube, I will shout it out. If you're another YouTuber and you want to come on, let's talk. If you want me to come on, I'll come on and talk. Or please make a video. Just make a video with Binge the Expanse, Save the Expanse, a couple minutes just to get it out there. Go on Twitter, do the same thing. Let's keep this going because I think it's working and I think we're going to have some success. So, yeah, so see you all tonight with the Westworld recap if you want to come in. And if anything happens, I will be on the air live letting you all know. So again, thank you so much. Oh, and I got a super chat there. I can't forget that. The Ben Talks, Buck99, rock on. You too. You too. Thank you guys so much. SD3 Movie Fanobi, Master Cam, Viking Bitch, Pen Farm Girl, the ones I've said before. You guys are the best. And have a good night. Hashtag binge the expanse. Hashtag save the expanse. Good night, everyone, or good afternoon.